Good day to everybody. I'm doing this brief video tutorial integration of my algorithm I made in this 2 days, some little adjustments to even improve better the interface of reading and injecting the hedging order. And in fact, I'm going to show you in a moment what was the outlook for today, or at least at the first hours of this morning already detected before going to sleep some hours, and then wake up, have an understanding of the situation, and then projecting the rest of the orders if it was the case, or closing the orders if they were wrong. So first of all, today we are in the markets. It's Wednesday the 16th, so if you're watching also this video, you can check in real time what is going on. Actually, I have these positions and I decided to put only one pair and make an hedging, and I will show you in a minute the workflow with, in this case, manual trading. I received a lot of emails, and I'm happy, very happy about the fact that majority of you would like to learn and understand what is going on so that you can control your trades. But this requires some understandings, some ability to read the markets and the charts, and it's not very easy, not even for me. In fact, I created my tools, my algorithmic tools, but there is a possibility to fail less than the majority and to succeed more than the minority. Sometimes I don't know if it's clear, but anyway. So today we're more into the u.U.F.O in the version that it's for the manual trading. Okay. As you may notice, I have here a list of trades, and in the very first morning at 3:32, I put two trades that were suggested by the algorithm, with Australian dollar strong in a long position and New Zealand dollar and CAD in sell. Then I woke up early this morning, and I still saw that on a daily time frame, the Australian dollar now is still strong against the yen, but it was even before against the yen, against the GBP, against the Swiss franc. And therefore, the only thought that I could had at the first moment was, okay, Aussie is strong, so let's trade Aussie today, at least this morning, because we must see then what the markets are developing for each and every currency pair we choose. So for example, if we go in the Aussie CAD, I'm picking random because I don't know at the moment. I just opened the chart and decided to make this integration for you to understand the workflow on a total manual setup, which is not at least very difficult to understand. It's more difficult maybe to be there at the right moment to catch the move, and at this moment, for example, is retracing, the CAD. Anyway, I can switch my order and close my position, at least if I have a decent signal in a daily time frame, that the currency that it's meant to be long is not Australian dollar anymore. Okay, otherwise I keep the order and I keep these positions, which are hedged because of this I created another subroutine that gives even more possibility to make coherent decisions in a very short time and very fast. So just to have a brief recap on the trading analysis, something that it's necessary to do every time we open our charts, all the 30 charts, because at this moment with only one chart I can analyze all the markets here, and then I want maybe to have an understanding of the single chart, so I position myself in the chart, and then I have in deep detail both information on the chart and informations on the possible hedging strategy that I can use. See here that Australian dollar and is still strong, but against yen, against GBP, it changes. Okay, but the important thing is for me now that Australian dollar keeps his strength. Okay, and it can vary at this moment. I don't know the markets how are behaving, but anyway, I'm copying these orders also on my real account, and here is for purposes demonstration only. I created, as usual, even for testing my algorithm with this new subroutine that is integrating, and it will be the future update the moment it's completing the testing, and I want to test it as well, so we have a clear information of what is going on. So now that I'm safe with my account, I can make, you know, a brief interruption and create a video, so in real time what is going on, and let's try to make sense of it. Okay, so I was saying at the beginning of the day or in the middle, when you start trading, you should analyze all the currency pairs, okay, all their information. And see here we have Australian dollar, Swiss franc, with this kind of also representation from the algorithm that is quite matching the situation. I guess you can see it by yourself. This is 1 minute chart. If we go in the daily chart, of course these values are recalculated tick by tick in every chart frame, so you time frame of the chart, so then you can have nice informations in every time frame. But the little the time frame, the more changes can be in the buy and selling of the currency pairs. Of course, when currency pairs are aligned in different time frames, in that case it's more profitable to have an edge. Okay, so what did I do to achieve this result? Okay, so let me write with my pencil. As you may notice, at this moment we have a very strong value of Australian dollar, which goes above any other value. The situation this morning was similar, but with values that were more lower. Okay, now they have both increased, but both Australian dollar and the other currency pairs. Some of them, they are negative, so weak by definition of the sign. Okay, euro dollar was different this morning, was the opposite, and I decided not to trade euro dollar. Okay, not to risk too much of my margin and to have a decent, you know, ratio in my trading. Since the beginning of the day, this value and this value, they had no change at all. The persistent signal was this. So I have a first important element, what to buy. Rest is about to sell, but what to sell? The currency pairs. Now CAD has retraced a lot, and in fact Aussie CAD is not, you know, you see here it has retraced. But CAD was negative. Swiss franc is still negative, good. GBP negative. New Zealand dollar positive, but not that much, and it was negative. And look, even here we have a bit of retracement that can be also the beginning of a new phase, but at this moment we keep the order as it is. Then Japanese yen was negative, okay, and US dollar was negative, not euro. And anyway, as you can see, I traded Aussie dollar, and I have anyway a little profit on that. Okay, so the suggestion was to trade against Australian dollar in as a strong currency of the day, you know, New Zealand, CAD, Swiss franc, GBP, oh, okay, sorry for this GBP. Oh, okay, okay, GBP. It's New Zealand dollar, we already said. Yen, and what else? USD. Okay, so Australian dollar against these pairs in buy. So these pairs were sell, 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 and sell. It's not that difficult to, it's all written here. You have only to rewrite the formula for today, and of course all Australian dollar, US dollar will be long. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar will be long. Australian dollar CAD will be long. Australian dollar Swiss franc will be long. Australian dollar GBP, no, is GBP Australian dollar. In this case, we have to go short, and Australian dollar Japanese yen we go long. This is what we want to achieve, okay, with these elements that are plus, 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 in this case, in our assets. Okay, so I hope that this matches with the theory and you see the same behavior, okay, same approach. Okay, then how do I regulate my trades? I try to keep, you know, my margin that doesn't go below the -2-3%, otherwise I close the trades, or and I do always give a check if there are big changes in these main values, and then I monitor this panel. That's it. Okay. And likewise, now I could also say, okay, it's enough for today. I want to enjoy the rest of my day. I already made a significant profit, and it's better to go out of the markets. I don't know. It's still persistent, this. Okay. So I had applied this algorithm that now we are seeing in a daily time frame, and of course we don't see now that much about this information, but if we go on a 50-minute, for example, we may appreciate the details and also the enhancements that I was telling you at the beginning of this video that I was performing both in this panel and also in the graphical to give more sense of what is going on and happening. Okay. So now in few hours, so this is another demonstration. There are a lot of videos where they show you and they make you the analysis when they are here and they see all these patterns, say, okay, here is going here, so it's going to go up. Yes, because you see that, man. But showing things in real time in a very few hours, related into the moment so that you can check it by yourself in a second. And with these results, now let's say that I decided to reach a 15%, okay, of this move, and of course it will maybe retrace, but I'm trying to get at least this amount and close my trades. Okay, I want to have a 15%, so I want to make also brief this and I could go further, but I have my own trades then to follow. So okay, so I close my trades. And then what? Go to the account history. We go to all history. We create a detailed report that we save for this first day. So let me just create also the folder. Okay. Okay, so this is statement 01. So we have at least also a track that can be provided if you need it. Okay. So this is the account that we are trading. Let me just hide. Okay. These are the operations that have been processed today. Very clean, with some little testing around 3, and of course I also got some trades that were proficient in every direction, so I decided then to make the final trade with 742, 742. This is the result. So up to now, if we close and we catch the wave this way every day, sometimes more, sometimes less, it depends on the markets. This morning Aussie was determined but very slow and was fighting with all the other currency pairs. I saw decision only in the currency pairs that then at the end were a bit retracing, but there was this kind of progression. And every report that you see as a correspondence with the reality of the day. If now so these are the results. Please take note. Please go back. I don't know. In order to explain, this is more tangible. The fact that I made this analysis in about 10 minutes, even less. It's just that I have maybe, you know, I do analyze on the charts this way, and I like to write down some notes so then I can inject the order very easy, but I can also do it on a pen and paper, and then I take a track record on my Excel file and I copy them later. I don't use Excel files, you know, to note down what I'm about to do. I'm more focused on the action, and pen and paper or with the pen is more easy and more visual as well. And also can always be recalled to understand the strategy that you wanted to adopt, in this case by hedging the Australian dollar. We can also try, for example, now we're still having in a, let's see, on a, okay, here things have put in this direction. Euro and Australian dollar is in sell, so I can attempt, but now they are a bit moving anyway. So let's try this. Let's put Euro Australian dollar in sell, and because it's said here, and Australian dollar Swiss franc in sell. Let's just, you know, make a little real in live time experiment. Then we are having, okay, Swiss franc, GBP. Let's check the GBP, Euro GBP, and Australian dollar GBP. Where are you? Oh, when I don't find the chart, GBP Australian dollar. Okay, yeah, GBP Australian dollar. GBP Australian dollar. Base and quote are ranging, and it's kind of retracing. So I have to wait a bit. Australian dollar against euro, it's fine because it's huge, and against Swiss franc. So at the moment I'm about to think to leave this once. Let me check Australian dollar and Japanese yen anyway, because Australian dollar and Japanese yen, it's more likely that if Japanese yen is falling, Australian dollar, Japanese yen, there you go. Yeah, quote is falling, so I can also put Australian dollar, Japanese yen. So at this moment I'm just trading these three currencies, and I think I also made a little mistake because Australian dollar, Swiss franc is not in sell. I beg your pardon, but it's in buy. I always do a little mistake anyway. So recapping, what did I do now? I use a different color, green. Okay, so let me also put the chart in a daily. Okay, so I open the chart now, and after some minutes I see the values which are telling me, and of course it will take the time for the market to, so I need to have a bit of space. This is why I'm not putting immediately stop loss or acting on that. I'm just trading with the conviction or with the belief that something is more likely to be in that direction with more probability. Okay, so again I see that Australian dollar is in buy in both the panels. Okay, and here is suggested now with Swiss franc and euro. So I decide that Australian dollar is strong, same principle. Now I have euro, okay, that I am associating going short because euro is base and Australian dollar is quote. And what else? Australian dollar, Swiss franc, Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Okay, these three currency pairs only. Now at this moment we have to see if GBP or US dollar, maybe US dollar may fall, I don't know. At this moment I'm just trading this, and I am accepting a risk that in this case I should have trade like using 0.3, for example, 0.3 and 0.3, and waiting a bit, you know, because let's suppose that I am opening the charts at this moment. I have to make also the analysis, taking the charts, understand when is the time to trade. At this moment I'm just hedging and trying to get the most profitable pairs. So from 30 charts and more, I have selected only these three combinations, 1, 2 and 3. And that's it. Now I have to let them work. It can be that price can retrace of 1, 2 figures. It's normal. I must leave some movement because I'm entering the markets when some values have been pretty revealed, okay, already. So I need to give the time. In the meantime, we can give a bit of analysis in the charts. Let's, for example, pick up the Australian dollar, Swiss franc. Okay, which is saying in a 50-minute time frame is giving me completely different values. Of course, the important is that Australian dollar is strong, and Swiss franc is weak, and anyway I have to wait about 3 minutes every time I switch from a chart to another chart, so that these values as well are properly updated, and I can have a better reading of these values too. Okay, so if I have to read this chart in a daily, I still have Australian dollar in buy, Swiss franc and euro in sell, and I also added as another currency pair just to make a little test, Japanese yen. If we go in the 4-hour chart, we see that the structures of the 3 days and some graphics are starting to get out of the day. Okay, so we are having the day here with 2 sessions, the Asian session concluded and the overlapping with the beginning of the European session, and these are the days before. And even in 4 hours time frame, Australian dollar is in buy with GBP and euro. This time is GBP in the 4 hour. They probably I would have chosen, but anyway, I stay strict to this methodology with just 3 pairs. So let's see now that I have exited already profitable trades that I could have left running more and more. Now I am attempting to see, okay, conditions are not varied at this moment, so I stay stick to what the algorithm is suggesting and acting like, okay, I trust you, I do what you want, but make me do some profit. Okay, so let's go to 1 hour time frame. We see even more development of the graphical aids for the trading, and we can understand how the markets behave in the Asian session, and now they're starting to behave in the European session towards the US session. And even in this time frame, in a hour time frame, we have Australian dollar, which is strong again against Swiss franc and euro in sell. So we have 3 time frames that are saying us that these currency pairs are most likely to behave with a good direction, and in fact somehow at this moment we have reduced by half our exposure in negative, okay, in matter of minutes. We could also make other assumptions, whatever, but markets has already started. We had already, this is an hour chart, so we had we have already had a big move, so there is space for possible retracement, so we don't have to risk too much at this moment. We could have made a better trade in this area like I did, and like this graphic shows. So that's why I closed the trade. So you can see in 12 operations 2 short positions, 10 long positions, 100%, and how much the drawdown is this, consecutive wins, consecutive losses. I'm done for the day. Don't need to trade in the afternoon. Maybe I trade in the afternoon if there is good move, but I also have a lot of work to do because there are some requests that I have to, and I want to make some vacation as well. So if you don't mind, so I hope to have given you another example of what we can do by reading the markets this way. I thank you for watching, for subscribing my channel, for writing me emails, comments, suggestions, for preferring my algorithm. Some of you, thank you very much. It's a good achievement for me. And let's keep in touch. those of you that want to contact me, some of you that are asking how can I contact you, whatever, there is an email in the description of this video, or also in my about page in this channel, so you can use that for contacting me via email or on Skype, which is better because I receive also a lot of emails that then are leading to nothing, and not even that with the need of explanation, and others that are even more interested people, so I give priority to them, of course. Thanks for watching again. Have a good time, have a good space, enjoy the day, and have profitable trades, of course. This is indeed a thing that I feel, and I wish you with all the best. Bye.